Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where skincare is all about progression over perfection because perfection doesn't exist. I'm starting these skincare club videos for those of you who are still here for the skincare reviews and recommendations. I know that's not everybody anymore, but you know, we still love our skincare, and today I want to talk about peptides. Now, they're not anything new as I'm talking about them now, but I do think they've had a very, very difficult journey. And I think we have to start by saying there is no such thing as Botox in a bottle, which I know you guys know. I know you're better than that. And I think peptides have got a really bad reputation because of that, because for years and years, they've been marketed as this instant, like wrinkle-free, a Botox in a bottle. We're talking about the ordinary argireline, and not that that's what the claims they made, but that's kind of how it was popularized online. But in reality, they were never designed to work like that in the first place. It's just the marketing that got out of control. And I feel like people try peptides, right? They don't see these Botox level results, and then they just kind of assume that they don't work or that the industry is lying to them. But that's not the issue. They've just been completely oversold. I wouldn't say overhyped, I would say missold and oversold. Are they the same thing? I don't know. So I want to quickly talk about what peptides actually are, what they can and can't do, and then show you the peptide products that I actually really love and use. I will link every product I talk about in today's video in the description box down below. They will be affiliate links if you want to support this channel. If not, Google the products, it's fine. I don't mind, honestly. So what are peptides? They are essentially short chain amino acids. So like the building blocks of proteins, collagen, and elastin. So the idea is that peptides can kind of help rebuild all that, especially as our skin matures, when our skin isn't building that so much on its own. The idea is that peptides can help rebuild that. But in skincare, they don't just become collagen in your skin, like they don't go on the skin and become collagen elastin. They kind of act more like a messenger. So they send these signals to your skin to support things like repair, hydration, and collagen production over time. And that's the key thing people miss. They're very slow, almost more like supportive ingredients that when used on a daily basis, you're gonna get results. Not instant results, not Botox in a bottle, no dramatic changes. You don't need to cancel your filler appointment, your Botox appointment. But again, I know you all know this. And as I mentioned, where everything went wrong is when certain peptides started getting marked as topical Botox. And that, as we know, just isn't realistic. Botox works, first of all, by being injected, but by blocking nerve signals to muscles. A topical product can't reach that depth, and it doesn't work in the same way. We even saw people on TikTok pretending like they couldn't move their forehead after using it, after using like peptide serums, and that's not what the product even claims to do. You'll see ingredients like acetyl hexapeptide 8 often pushed as Botox in a bottle, when really at best they can slightly soften the look of expression lines. But it's subtle and very temporary, and nowhere near the same mechanism as Botox, obviously. So when people don't see those results, they think peptides are pointless, and that is the problem with peptides there. So if you think of peptides more as like a long-term supportive ingredient, that's where I feel like people are actually going to start to enjoy peptides. And he said proteins then. Support skin quality, elasticity. I like them for overall hydration and healthier looking skin. So with that in mind, these are the peptide products that I actually really enjoy using. Not because I expect facelifts or anything like that from them, but just because they're so nice to use, well formulated, and fit very well into a routine with actual useful peptides in. So product number 1 is the Numbuzin No.9 NAD+ PDRN Glow Boosting Toner. I love K-Beauty, but I do wish they'd shorten those names. It's too much. This is kind of those like everything in one style toners, and what I mean by that is it's like a toner, essence, and even a serum. You can use this in a lazy routine, cleanser, this, and then your sunscreen. Peptides, PDRN, NAD+, niacinamide. It claims to do a lot, and it has got a lot of these buzzy word ingredients, but when we actually look at the INCI list, there's niacinamide in there too, actually high up, so we're getting brightening and barrier support. And I like niacinamide for soothing. I know people don't find it soothing, and a lot of people can find it quite irritating. I don't. We have sodium DNA in there, and that's the PDRN, which is more about skin repair and barrier support rather than anything structural or like the injections that people get. Again, I feel like we all know that now. I like PDRN in skincare, and I say this time and time again because when we see PDRN in skincare, the brand knows they have to make up for the idea that it's going to be the same as the injectables. So you end up getting this really nice, glassy, hydrated payoff. But we're talking about this product because of the huge blend blend of peptides. So we have signal peptides in here, like palmitoyl tripeptide 1 and palmitoyl pentapeptide 4, copper peptides like copper tripeptide 1, and those Botox style peptides like acetyl hexapeptide 8. I'm gonna mispronounce something here, okay? It's a tongue twister, bear with me. So it's not like one key, like hero peptide, I guess you can say. It's more of like a peptide cocktail approach, which is what a lot of brands are doing, that focuses on the overall skin quality rather than one specific function. It may seem overbearing, but I've seen cosmetic chemists talk about putting all these peptides in so that they all support each other. Not because more is more, but because more can equal a decent result, if that makes sense. So it's not because every single one is going to do something, but every single one is going to help one in some way to able to help you. Does that make sense? We've got ceramides in here too, which gives it this kind of like, it's like a shimmery look to it. That's not mica or glitter or anything like that. That's actually the ceramides that are giving this shimmer, giving you a glowy, glassy look pretty instantly, not shimmery in any way whatsoever. And adenosine too. So it's very much built around hydration, repair, and antioxidant support, which I feel for me right now is what I want. I have bought this over and over and over again. When I say I have backups, I have backups of this because I'm flying through it. Face, neck, 2 to 3 layers is all you really need. My brother loves this as a makeup prep. But as I said, really, it's just that perfect balance of hydration step and treatment step in one. I don't really touch my skin in the mornings. I splash my face with water sometimes, but I will do this and then a sunscreen, and I still feel like I've done something really, really good for my skin. Numbuzin for me are amazing. They're so good. They just smash it with like every single launch that they do. Okay, moving on to one I don't think I've talked about before, but I actually tried last year. I kind of just forgot to talk about it because the Sunboon Editor Serum kind of took over, but this is the Frankly Pore Reducing Serum. We tiptoe around the word pore reducing. It is a marketing term. What this is going to do is help with congestion, which in turn helps your pores look less obvious, shall we say. It's a little bit more focused though and stripped back than the Numbuzin one. We don't have so much going on, but we have our humectants in here, glycerin, butane glycol, so it's really good at hydrating first, really. But then we have the peptide blend again, the acetyl hexapeptide 8, copper tripeptide 1, palmitoyl pentapeptide 4, palmitoyl tripeptide 1. So we've got collagen support in here. It's going to help target expression lines in the way I mentioned earlier. But what I do like in here is somebody with oily T-zone, dry cheeks, combo skin, is we do have something that targets kind of every skincare concern in a way. So all that is really going to help with my dry, dehydrated skin and everything else too. But we also have PHA in here, which is very, very gentle exfoliation. So that pore refining claim is more about smoothing the surface of the skin and helping with congestion. So that's great for my very oily T-zone, which is a lot more textured than the rest of my face. We have collagen in here too. Yes, we all know collagen molecules are too big to penetrate the skin. That's not what we want them to do. Is it a buzzword that brands are using to make you think it's an anti-aging product? Yes, but collagen is a great humectant, and like a humectant, it's about hydration and film forming, not actually rebuilding collagen. So you get that plumpness to the skin. This is like a maintenance serum. I have used this every day for that very gentle exfoliation because I don't like to do high percentages 3 times a week, for example. I like to do very, very gentle every day, if not every other day. It feels very watery on the skin, a little bit thicker than water, but goes straight into the skin. I love Frankly. They do some amazing serums. Their PDRN Bounce Ball, I absolutely love. Their moisturizer version, that I absolutely love. Just nice, simple products with that little edge to them. They manage to do trends without being too misleading and too gimmicky, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm really into Frankly right now. This is a new bottle from a 3-pack that I got from Olive Young because, again, I think this year, especially coming into the warmer months where my pores do get a little bit more congested, this is going to come in super, super handy. Product 3 is, I have my issues with this brand. This is Equalberry NAD Plus Peptide Boosting Serum. Let me explain. I've worked this brand before because I loved their products, their swimming pool serum, toner, and their other serums of these. The bakuchiol one and the vitamin C one are so nice. However, the marketing for this has gotten out of control. They're allowing people to post adverts without disclosing them. Their adverts are showing people pretending that this is working like Botox. It's getting too much, which is annoying because this is such a nice serum. It doesn't need that fakeness behind it that lying. And this basically sits somewhere between treatment and kind of like a really nice moisturizer for me going into summer. This is gonna be really, really nice under a light sunscreen, and I'm still gonna feel hydrated and moisturized enough. We also have niacinamide in here, quite high up again, then ceramides, panthenol, squalane, shea butter. So this is doing a lot of barrier support really. And then of course our peptide blend, copper tripeptide 1, acetyl hexapeptide 8, palmitoyl peptides, tripeptide 1. Again, it's covering that signal, the carrier, helping with expression, lines, multiple forms of hyaluronic acid, which isn't anything new, but it works very, very well to hydrate and plump the skin. NAD is included, but topically the evidence for NAD is still quite limited. So I view that more as like a supporting marketing ingredient rather than of the core function. So this is a nice kind of like barrier supporting peptide serum, less about targeting one concern and more about overall skin health, if that sounds like a thing. It has these little ceramide popping balls in them, which actually pop really, really nicely. Not pop, but kind of like spread out as you massage it over your skin. And that is what makes it feel like a light gel cream rather than a serum. The only thing I don't like about this is the pipette is kind of like difficult to use and doesn't quite get, it's not like the right length to get all the product, if that makes sense. But their serums are so nice. If your skin is going through it and you really, really want to minimize your routine, they have an aloe one, which is really nice as well. This, with that comforting ceramide edge to it, it's such a nice comforting treatment stage for your skin. I do like it. I just wish everybody would stop following that kind of like the TikTok way of selling stuff. It's making me lose so much respect for so many brands. I mean, I'll still buy their products, but I just wish they'd calm down, you know? Okay, this is probably one of my newest favorite brands. This is Bioheal, and this is the BOH Probioderm 3D Lifting Cream. And this is really your classic peptide moisturizer, but done with that K-beauty spin. So we've got this really nice kind of like quite rich, I would say, kind of feel to this. It's packed with emollients and occlusives. So immediately you're getting that like plumping, wrapped feeling of hydration. Some people I've seen reviewing this have said they don't like it because it feels waxy on the skin, and it kind of does, but really light wax, if that makes sense. That turns into a moisturizer. I like using this in the evening for that feeling. They do have a lighter version of this as like a daytime version almost, but I like that kind of like occlusive feeling of like everything's trapped in. Then the peptide blend consists of 17 peptides, palmitoyl peptides, copper tripeptide 1, acetyl hexapeptide 8, plus many others like palmitoyl tripeptide 5, which is often linked to collagen support. So again, not one miracle peptide, but it's a combination designed to support elasticity over time and for all the peptides to support each other to actually work. Now we do have probiotics in here, and I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about probiotics in skincare. I don't know whether they're good, whether they're realistic, if it's grounded in any kind of science, but we do have ferments in here, plus ingredients like beta-glucan and panthenol. So barrier support is again another big focus here, and just brightening and evening the skin. This, you know what, it does have a rose scent. Yes, it has a rose scent, which I can see past, but this does remind me of the old-fashioned anti-aging creams. But I like it, I like it. That lifting effect that people notice with creams like this is often coming from the hydration and film-forming ingredients, going back to that kind of like waxy kind of feeling. A lot of people on TikTok are being like, this is a facelift in a jar. It's not. There's no, obviously, structural lifting going on here whatsoever. But you do get this tight feeling to your skin and a temporary look of like, but obviously film formers, certain ingredients are gonna make you feel like that. I love this. I love the other moisturized version of this. They got a hydrator, a toner, which is very similar to the Numbuzin one. This is actually Olive Young's brand. This is one of their skincare brands, as well as Bring Green. I just love it. They have a serum. Don't say that. They have a sunscreen again, which is really, really nice. It does feel like a more mature skin kind of cream, but I don't see how no one could benefit from this. The smell's a bit annoying, but other than that, I really, really like it. So I do often think that peptides are one of those ingredients that sound way more exciting than they actually are. Not because they're bad, but that's why people end up being disappointed by them. They're not going to freeze your face. They're not going to replace your injectables. Again, we all know that, but they're also not useless. They're just supportive, and we all need that bit of support. And when you use them consistently in like this well-rounded routine, they can absolutely help your skin look healthier over time. So peptides didn't fail. I think the marketing just really kind of set them up on a bad route. But I do think the technology and the innovation behind peptides is getting better and better and better, especially with brands like Medik8 who are launching some amazing peptide products right now. My best friend is using a peptide product from Medik8 at the moment with a sunscreen, and his skin has just improved so much in the space of like 6 months. It's crazy. Peptides are still one to keep an eye on, and I think they're a real genuine ingredient that is exciting, and we can believe the hype about just a little bit. A few sellers just need to calm down about it is all. But do let me know your favorite peptide products in the comments down below. Again, all products will be linked in the description box down below. They are all affiliate links, so if you want to support this channel, feel free to shop via the affiliate links. If not, just Google them, you're fine. And hopefully I'll see you next time.